Welcome to Kakashikyle.
What's up, guys? Oblivion 477777 isn't here right now, but kakashikyle will be taking over for this deck profile of a Yubel deck mixed with Destiny Heroes. This deck is made to keep up with the meta, and this is actually a deck that I use in real life, that I use at tournaments and stuff against meta decks and other fun decks. The deck is very aggressive while maintaining its defensive capabilities using Yubel. So because this format is going to be trap heavy, you do see a Jinzo in the main deck, and because there's a lot of monsters now in this format that don't like to be targeted, there's a DD Warrior Lady in the main deck as well. So I want to go over the deck profile and then explain the choices and so on. So one of each Yubel is pretty much all you need. I mean, I know this isn't the Doom Shaman build. In the Doom Shaman build, you can get away with running one of each Yubel because Doom Shaman summons Yubel from either the hand or the graveyard. So there is a consistency issue there if you do draw into your first form of Yubel. If you don't have a Greffer or anything to get it out of your hand, like DDR or whatever, to get it out of your hand, and you're pretty much stuck with it. You have to find a way to get it out of your hand or whatever, discard it through game mechanics, whatever. That's the only downside with using one of each form, but it's also consistent at the same time, so the benefits outweigh the risk. So there's only one of each form. Before I even move on, if chaos, like Chaos Dragons and other like chaos type decks were still relevant or still around, then I would run two of this first form and two of the second form and one of the last form, because you don't want them to be banished and you're pretty much shut down. You lose your Yubel engine. Then next we have Jinzo. Like I said, this is going to be a very back row heavy format. Not a lot of decks are going to be back row heavy, but it's nice to have him in the main deck just in case you'll go against Chain Burn or somebody who just likes to set 5 and pass. So Jinzo helps out a lot. He also ensures that my OTKs and everything go through, and he's a level 6, so he helps with, you can turn him off with you can use him for a synchro, or you can use him for a rank 6 play. So you can turn him off whenever you need to, just in case you need to get Yubel on the field, or you need to use your Call of the Hunters or whatever and establish a field again. So you can turn Jinzo off whenever you need to. Then next we have the 3 Malicious. Malicious went up to 3, and I was very excited about that, even though the deck can play like it already had 3 before the Malicious came to 3. Because this deck abuses Malicious and Plague Spreader without using their effects. Because you can see we have Triple Call, Triple Limit Reverse, and we also have the Breeze Dragon. So this isn't the last build. I'll show you the original build before I updated it to this build. This is the September build, so I'll show you that later on. We have 2 Greffer and 2 Armageddon Knight. This is pretty much just self-explanatory. It just helps set up the graveyard. Greffer also opens up a lot of broken plays. Being able to special summon him from the hand opens you up to a lot of really aggressive plays, but it costs you your entire hand, which is not really much of a problem because you can go and vote over a dragon in this deck with not much. You don't have to put much effort into it. You just need a Malicious and a Plague Spreader in grave. But he does help you go for Masquerade and other, like if Shockmaster was still around, then yeah, he can help you go for Shockmaster really quickly. But now we're just using Masquerade because Masquerade stops hand traps, Swift Scarecrows, stuff like that. So next we have Zephyros. Zephyros is just in here to bounce back used Call of the Hunteds, use Limit Reverses. He also bounces back Yubel if you don't want Yubel on the field anymore, so you can go for OTK plays and stuff like that. He can bounce back Jinzo to turn Jinzo off. He can bounce back Destiny Heroes to use them with D-Draw. He can do, Zephyros does a lot of stuff in the deck. So yeah, and we already explained DD Warrior Lady. DD Warrior Lady is just a tech card in here to get rid of problem cards that Yubel can't get rid of, so that she's nice to have in the deck. The Breeze Dragon. The Breeze Dragon is a very good card in this deck. He's one of your win conditions in the deck. He's one of the cards that help you win, because he can grab back Plague Spreader Zombie, Defender, or Yubel. So he has a lot of versatility in the deck. If you grab back Defender, of course, you'll be able to make a rank 4 play, instant rank 4 play. If you grab back Plague Spreader, then it's like you already used Plague Spreader, and you can go and use Malicious. Bring Malicious out, go into an 8. You can reset top deck a card, bring Plague Spreader back out again, use Malicious again, because you have 3 Malicious now, and make another 8. You can even bounce back your Debris Dragon with Zephyros, and now you have 2 level 8s on the field, 2 Synchro 8s on the field, and the Zephyros. And then you can just do it all over again, since you did bounce back your Debris Dragon. Well, you can't do it exactly all over again because you did get your Plague Spreader banished, but you can summon Debris Dragon again and go for another instant rank 4 player or whatever is in the graveyard. So everything else is pretty self-explanatory here. Since Stratos is gone, Stratos did hinder the consistency of the deck a lot with him being gone. It hurt the consistency of D-Draw. With him gone, it seems like you have to put a D hero in his place or add 2 more D heroes to increase the consistency of D-Draw. So instead, we decided to use the Warrior Returning Alive. Using the Warrior Returning Alive, you can, of course, grab back a Destiny hero from your graveyard if you have a dead D-Draw in hand, and you use the D-Draw, dump it back in the graveyard, draw 2 cards. So the Warrior Returning Alive is pretty much another D hero in spell form. You can also use it to get back your Armageddonites and also get back your Greffers and stuff if you want to do stuff with that. It's pretty good as well. And sometimes you do get those awkward hands where you have a D-Draw, you have a Warrior Returning Alive, and you can have Armageddonites or whatever. So you Armageddonite, dump a D hero, grab it back, D-Draw, draw 2 cards. So that's ways to fix your hand. That happened to me a few times. 2 duality just for consistency, not 3, because this deck does special summon a lot. 2 space to hit the back row, only 2 because we have Jinzo in here. DDR helps extend plays a lot. DDR in combination with Zephyros is really nice. And now that not Plague Spreader, but Malicious is at 3, Zephyros helps OTK. Just a single Zephyros with a DDR helps you OTK without doing much, without using Debris Dragon and stuff like that. So DDR and this guy they open up a lot of plays together. It's really hard to explain, but I can try to. So you pretty much, you DDR, you dump whatever card in your hand, you get back your Plague Spreader zombie, you bounce back DDR, Plague Spreader dies, you have Zephyros on the field, you activate DDR again, you get back a Malicious, and then you bring back Plague Spreader, you go into an 8, and just a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Or you can just use Limb Reverse to get back Plague Spreader. You can just, Zephyros helps extend combos a lot if you use him with DDR. So I can't really get too into it, that'd take a while. There's a lot of crazy plays you can do with these 2. Return is pretty much your win button. You activate that, it's pretty much a game. Torrential and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Before I only used 2 call, but since Monster Reborn is banned, the other call is just a replacement for Monster Reborn. Then the extra deck, everything is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty standard for Synchro decks. The Full-Time Strike Bouncer is pretty easy to make. You can go into them whenever you want to. Masquerade is, like I said, it's pretty much your Shockmaster replacement, and it stops certain things that happen in the battle phase regarding monsters. 2 Pearl is just because I needed more generic cards to work with Debris Dragon and Defender. And the same thing with Pappy, Maestro, and that's pretty much it. Nightmare is good against the mirror matches. I'm going against another Destiny hero deck or any other deck that likes to special summon a lot. Nightmare helps those with those matchups a lot. He does a really good job at it. So that's pretty much it, guys. My Yubel Destiny deck. I love this deck. This is one of my main decks. I use it all the time. If you want to know more about the deck, of course, come and check out my channel. I have a lot of information on the deck if you're interested in using the deck. And it's a lot of fun. It's very quick. So let's see if, oh, not my Samurai deck. Let's see if we can find the original. Alright, this is the original build before it got hit by the ban list. So you can see it's a lot different. It's somewhat the same, but then different at the same time. I don't know. Wow, why don't I have? Oh, I must have been thinking. Okay, let's put the Monster Reborn in here, or let's pretend there's a Monster Reborn. Okay, I can't really just put it in there. But this is the original build before it got hit by the ban list. Even though I was switching on and off between tour guides and whatnot. So again, hope you guys like this deck profile. Subscribe to Oblivion. Subscribe to my channel. If you want to know more about Yubel, if you're a fan of Yubel, etc., come check out my channel. And peace out, because I want to just keep talking. See you guys later on. See you guys on my channel. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you, Oblivion. Peace out.